If you're looking for life-changing habits, in this video, I'm going to share with you 12 life-changing habits that you can use in 2021. Hi there, it's Laura Evans here, helping people like you to unleash their potential in business and life. And if today's the first time that you found us here on YouTube, then please be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you are notified every Friday when we upload a new video. Are you one of the adults here in the UK who typically at midnight on New Year's Eve, when those glasses chink together, look at each other and go, oh blimey, what's our New Year's resolutions going to be? Oh, we better pick something. And people typically pick getting fit, losing weight, giving up something, and that's what they do. Most New Year's resolutions don't work. Statistically, by the end of January, 66% of adults here in the UK will already have ditched their New Year's resolutions. Why is that? Well, mostly because they're goals that are set in the wrong way. And if you want to get success in your life, you need to learn how to set goals in the right way. And we'll cover the NLP process in another video. Today, though, I want to help you with 12 habits that I think if you can implement some or all of these habits, I think it's really going to help you improve the outcome for 2021 this year. So let's get started. Habit number 1 is getting a positive mindset. Now, we all tell ourselves all sorts of things all of the time. We have this thing called an internal dialogue. But is yours more negative or is it more positive? If you find to yourself saying, I have to do X or I must do Y, notice that it feels really kind of icky, like I have to go to work, I have to go to school. Is if you actually change the way that you say those kinds of statements and instead say, I get to go to work and I get to go to school. The get to has a lot more positivity around it than I have to. People are best motivated because they choose to do something rather than being motivated because they have to. It's through necessity is what we call in NLP. Tip number 2 is all about taking back control by muting other people. Now, on the face of it, you might think, really? But hear me out. There are 2 elements to this habit. Number 1, you know in your life there are people that drain you of energy. Like they send you a message, you see them copping up on your phone and you think, oh, really? And yet there are other people in your life that you think, oh, wow, they energize, you love spending time with them and things like that. I call these people either radiators or drains. So drains are those people who drain you of energy and the razzmatazz of life. And the radiators are people that light you up, that radiate great energy. And so my habit for you is in 2021, have a think about who in your life are your radiators and can you spend more time with them? And who in your life are drains that perhaps you need to limit the time you spend with them. The second part of the muting people habit is also looking at notifications. Carnegie Mellon University in America did a study on the impact of notifications on people's stress levels and their ability to concentrate. Now, in the study, while some participants panicked a little bit when they were told they would have no notifications for 24 hours, what they actually found afterwards was a significant reduction in stress levels and an increase in people's ability to concentrate. So notifications are not always your friend. And if you can wean yourself off the notification addiction in 2021 and limit your time on your device, I think you'll find that hugely beneficial. My third tip for life-changing habits in 2021 is to get moving more. Okay, so we know from NLP that our mind body and emotions are connected. And so the more you move and the more you use your physiology, your body, to help improve your mood, the better. If you're sat really sluggish at your desk and it's like, oh, that's not going to help you perform at your best, as opposed to sitting nice and upright and getting up at regular intervals. Get that blood pumping around your system, get that oxygen back in your system. It really helps. Even just a 20-minute walk once a day is really proven to help improve your health. But throughout the day, move more. Have intervals every hour. Some people like setting their phone a reminder every 60 minutes to get up and walk up and down the stairs a few times. Really move more in 2021. Tip number 4 is to rephrase what you say to yourself. Do you suffer with the "I'll be happy when" syndrome? Do you know it's actually been identified as a syndrome? They've done research into it. And so many people attach their happiness to an event or something that needs to happen for them. So I'll be happy when I'm fit. I'll be happy when I get a new job. I'll be happy when I get more money. And what you're doing in this instance is attaching your happiness, what brings you joy in life, you're attaching it to an external factor that has perhaps not even yet happened. Let's rephrase that in 2021 in our heads, and let's get the habit of saying to ourselves, I'm happy because, and then stick something on the end. You can have any emotion you want in any given moment, and I'm happy because is a much better phrase. I'm happy because I'm here with you today. I'm happy because I've had a great morning. Bring happiness into the present moment more so in 2021. Life-changing habit number 5 is be more generous. Now, I'm not talking about just being more generous with your money. I'm talking about being more generous with your time. There is research now to say that being more generous with your time, volunteering, doing good deeds, helping other people, being generous with your time is hugely beneficial. Let's read a statement from the University of Zurich about being generous. Generosity makes people happier, even if they are only a little generous. People who act solely out of self-interest are less happy. Merely promising to be more generous is enough to trigger a change in our brains that makes us happier. So in 2021, focus on being more generous with your time. When you're with people, be present, maintain eye contact, get rid of these, and really be generous with your time when you're with others. Life-changing habit number 6 is get more quality sleep. Now, there is all sorts of research now that says that sleep is one of the best cures for all sorts of things. The old Irish proverb is not a lot of problems can't be solved by better sleep and a good laugh. Now, if you've never stopped to think about the quality of your sleep, 2021 should be the year that you do that. Quality sleep isn't just about the amount of sleep you get, but it's also about the quality of the sleep you get. I highly recommend you go onto the Sleep Council website and download their sleep diary. It's completely free, and in here you can start to track your morning and nighttime routines and start to focus on how you can get better quality sleep. Did you know that having caffeine after say 2 o'clock in the afternoon has a life of its own, in the sense that the caffeine stays in your system for some time? The same with alcohol. Eating too late disrupts your sleep. Did you know that there is a sweet spot between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. where the body really works hard to get rid of all those nasty things that are in your body? So if you're not going to bed till 2 in the morning, you've lost the optimum window of sleep. Oh my goodness. If you've never read it, I highly recommend that you get a copy of Sleep Smarter. I'm halfway through reading this book and already I've learned so much about getting better sleep. Did you know, for example, that we typically sleep in 60 to 120-minute blocks, the average being 90-minute blocks? So when you go to sleep at night, if you set your alarm to wake you up in the middle of a 90-minute cycle, guess what? You're gonna wake up groggy. So please, 2021, make it the year you develop good sleep habits. Habit number 7 is have a think about your bedtime routines. Now, it's no surprise when we have children, we like to get them in a routine. And then when we become adults, we kind of lose that routine. Our sleep and our quality of life is better when we have routines. So, for example, did you know that actually it's really useful for you to come off screen time about 60 to 90 minutes before you go to bed? But actually think about your routine. How do you wind down at night? How do you get ready to go to sleep? One thing I like doing is a practice of gratitude. When I go to bed at night, I ask myself, what am I grateful for? And I make myself come up with 3 things. Now, some days, oh my God, I'm spoilt for choice. It's amazing. I've done so many wonderful things and there's so much I'm grateful for. But on the tough days, I'm not going to lie to you, I have to think quite hard. Now, I don't write any of this down. Some people like having a gratitude journal. They like journaling at the end of every day. For me, it doesn't work quite so well, but if it does for you, then absolutely do that. You don't have to get some fancy journal. Just get yourself a notepad and write out 3 things that you're really grateful for. I do it walking up the stairs. That's when I do it on my way to bed. Some people have gratitude jars. Now, I love this idea. Getting a really nice big empty jar and every day get a post-it note and write on it something amazing that's happened during the day, something you're really grateful for, something that fills you with joy that you're really grateful for. And every single day put something in the jar. And then at the end of the year on New Year's Eve, get the jar out and read 365 things that you're grateful for, all those memories, all those things that you might have forgotten. I think it's absolutely amazing. The second thing that I do, and I have done for many years, is I have a notebook and pen by the side of my bed. And if my head's buzzing and it's overloaded, then I get my pen and a piece of paper and I just write out whatever it is. It might be something really insignificant, like putting the bins out in the morning. And so once it's written on a piece of paper, you can relax, your unconscious mind can relax because it's written down. And the first thing you're going to see when you wake up in the morning is the note by the side of your bed saying, put the bins out. Habit number 8 is what's your morning routine? Did you know that what you do in the first hour that you wake up every day will set the tone for the rest of your day? If you're like some people and you love your snooze button and you love scrolling through social media in bed, is that the best way to spend the first hour of your day? I'm not so sure. Now, did you know Barack Obama spends the first hour of his waking day doing exercise? Tony Robbins has all sorts of things he does in what he calls his power hour, including rituals around gratitude and positive affirmations and things like that. So just think, what are you doing for the first hour of every day? And in 2021, make it a habit to make that first hour count. Habit number 9 for 2021 for me is let things go, especially things that you cannot change. There's an awful lot going on in the current climate that we can't control, the stuff that is external to us. Now, you may have heard of the Serenity Prayer. If you haven't, go and check it out. But it's all about accepting the things you can't change, changing the things you can, and having the courage to know the difference. And in this year of 2021, really make sure you focus on not getting het up and not getting stressed about all the things you can't control and focus on your response. Did you know that how you feel at any given day is 80-90% how you react to what goes on around you? I can't stop life events happening to you or for you, but what we absolutely can do is manage our response. When you get stressed, before you react, breathe. And in the box above here or here, you'll see a link to one of my little breathing exercises called Tracing Hand. Go and check that out after this video. Habit number 10 is self-care in 2021. Now, in an environment where there's all sorts of stuff going on, it's so important that we don't forget us. If you're a parent, a teacher, a leader, and have other people looking to you to help them, it's so easy to put everybody else above the pecking order above you, and you are the one at the bottom of the pack. Let's change that in 2021. Let's make you important. You cannot pour from an empty cup, as the saying goes. So actively and proactively put some strategies in place. Maybe just once a week you have an hour just to yourself. At the moment, at the time of recording this, Netflix have just released a brand new series all about meditation, which is brilliant. Go check that out. For you, you might already have a great meditation practice. For you, it might mean soaking in a hot bubble bath for an hour, all on your own, without the dog, without the kids, without any devices, with your candles on. Just think, how do you best recharge? So think in 2021, what's your self-care plan going to be, and get it put in the diary. Habit number 11 is all about the power of yet. So this is another mindset hack. So many people have limiting beliefs of, I can't do X and I can't do Y and this is impossible and I'll never get hold of this and I'll never learn. What I want you to do in 2021, when you have those thoughts or you say them out loud, or even if you hear other people saying to them, put yet on the end. I can't do presentations yet. I can't learn how to decorate and paint my house yet. Putting the word yet on the end means it's no longer definitive. It means that there's a possibility that in the future you could, and it feels way better. And habit number 12 for 2021 is drink more water. We should all be drinking in the region of 2 litres of water every single day. Did you know that your body is 60% water? So it's no surprise that if you don't drink enough, that is going to cause you a problem. But water is really important to the functioning of your brain. So in 2021, you need to drink more water, stay hydrated. It's great for your skin, it's great for your concentration, it's great for your bodily functions. And in 2021, 2 litres a day is the task. Every day, set yourself the habit and the challenge. Within a short period of time, you'll be consuming 2 litres of water a day without even thinking about it, because it's come a habit. So having heard my 12 habits for 2021, who knows, maybe you're going to take on all 12, or maybe you're just going to take on 2 or 3. But tiny actions lead to habit changes. And if you set your focus and put energy and effort into achieving those, I know you can make progress in 2021. Let's ditch the empty promises of New Year's resolutions. They just don't work. And in 2021, let's focus on life-changing habits. If this was your first time here on YouTube watching our videos, please be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you get notified when we release our videos every Friday.